Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
You see that? We been envy the oppressor. Who had oppressors? Come forward.
I got you.
Yeah. The Bible says we're not supposed to envy our oppressor, right? Who have done this to us? A friend? You call that friend? You would call that oppression. Am I right or wrong? But listen what God says. Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
You see what God said? But we not choose the way of white America. But God said we're not supposed to choose that one. The one who oppresses us, we're not to follow them. Like for example, you celebrate Christmas, right? I'm going to show you what God said about Christmas, so you don't think that's wrong with it. Let's get into your mind. I'm going to show you we didn't follow our oppressor. I'm going to show you. Because a friend cannot do that. Put you in a cargo slave ship, look like sardine. You understand? There's no friend do that. But these are the people. Right now you see the brother that made it, right? Football player that only made white. What do you think is that? Should they be conditioned to do that? They have been conditioned to look at your sisters like there's nothing good out of you. You're a bunch of gold digger, you're a bunch. No, white America is what they make. You understand? Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
Learn not the way.
No. We are from the house of Israel. Listen to what the Lord says. Okay, go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
We're not supposed to learn the way of the nation, the way the heathen did nation, right? So they're telling us we're not supposed to learn the way of the heathen, right? So have we not learned the way of the heathen? He's going to tell you what the heathen follow. We're not supposed to follow as Israelites. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Whenever when we see the sun and the stars and the moon, we're not supposed to be amazed by that. We want to worship it. We want to worship the sun. What is going to do? Worship the sun. What the other religions, they worship the sky. Whatever in the sky, they don't understand. They want to worship. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Whatever you do to think that you're out of the fold. Go ahead.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Let's stop it. Now you want. After they take that tree out of the forest, they will deck it with silver and gold. What holiday is this? No, am I right or wrong? I want you to see it in the Bible. Okay, go ahead.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
You see that? When they cut the tree out of the forest, now they put it in something where if let's leave that tree there, that tree will fail. So they say they deck it, which is they put things on it to put that tree stand up, where that tree can stand up by itself, right? By the thing we put surrounding. Oh yeah, 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
That it move not. They are upright as the palm tree.
You see, they are upright as the palm tree, because that's what they used to use back then, palm tree. Go ahead.
But speak not.
God said that these things cannot help us. Because when Christmas comes, what do we reach for? Better life for this year, am I right? But God said this thing will not profit us. Go ahead.
They must needs be born.
Yes.
Because they cannot go.
Yeah, because this tree you cut out of the forest, it cannot have no life again. When he was in the forest, he have a type of life. But when you cut it off, it cannot do nothing. Because that tree would die. Am I right or wrong? Go ahead.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
You see, the Lord said that type of holiday is not there. It's not there to heal us as a people. It's an evil thing. But us as a people, as we not follow this, where we learn Christmas from? You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to show you. You remember what I say if I adopt you, right? Then whatever I'm into, pay attention, but then I'm going to give you a chance, okay? The thing is, I asked the sister, if I adopt her, right? If I follow Islam, what you think I'm going to teach my daughter here? Yeah, if I follow Christianity, what you think I'm going to teach them? Okay, but I want you to focus on that verse right here. Deuteronomy 28, verse 45 and 46. Because white America has adopted us as a people, am I right? We coming out of Africa, we've been adopted. Am I right or wrong? I would have really, regardless we want to believe it or not, we've been adopted. Am I right or wrong? Listen to what God said.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45.
Go ahead.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Because Moses is prophesying about us. Moses is saying that these laws he's setting before us, if we decide not to keep the laws, these laws come with curses as well. If we keep it, bless will come. If we don't keep it, curse will come as well. Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
because you don't want to listen to what the Lord said. Go ahead.
to keep his commandments,
We have to keep God's commandments. Go ahead.
and his statutes which he commanded thee,
Go ahead.
and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
You see that? These curses gonna identify us as a people who disobey the laws. That's what God said. You didn't want to keep the law. These curses He's gonna put upon us as a people. He's gonna identify us at the latter day. Like for example, some of you might from different states here. You'll come to this college, right? So, like for example, I came from Connecticut. So if I'm driving to go to Connecticut right now, I got to look signs who's gonna take me to Connecticut. I cannot decide, okay, this road, let me just take this road straight up. No, I have to look at for signs who's gonna take me back in my hometown, right? These curses gonna represent signs. When you see the Israelite, you gonna say, these people are the Israelites, without a doubt. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And upon thy seed forever.
They will not stop. Like when you have son and daughter, their curses will continue towards them. Go ahead.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
Because we didn't want to serve God with joyfulness. For example, the joyfulness God has given us, Leviticus 23, God has given us a Passover. Inside the churches, do we keep that? No, we keep Christmas. It don't have nothing to do with the Bible. Like for example, the joy of the Lord has given us Purim that we're about to celebrate, coming in the evening right now, right? Sunset, dark, is about to be Purim. These are the days God wants us to worship. Do you ever heard about the day of Purim? Do you ever heard, young man, do you ever heard about the new moon?
I know the new moon is like in the sky.
Yeah,
I don't know
but God giving this to us every time the new moon come, we have to celebrate and have feasts. You understand? Back in our homeland, we used to animal sacrifice. Now under Christ, we cannot do no animal sacrifice. We get arrested. Am I right or wrong? If you decide to kill an animal, you're gonna get arrested for that. But we use the blood of Christ to keep the laws we need to keep. Go ahead.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
God as a father giving us the perfect laws for him to bless us in everything we touch.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Because we didn't want to keep his laws, he said we're going to serve our enemy. Like I just bring the sister, this picture right here is a perfect example of we've been serving our enemy. Like for example, would a friend do this to us? Who did this to us? Our friend will never do that. So they have to be what? An enemy. Go ahead, we did for the brother and the sister, go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who send the enemy against us?
The Lord shall send against thee.
You see that? The Lord send them against us. For a perfect example, for a punishment. Man, like for example, if you have son or daughter, right? You tell them to do something, they don't do it, what you do? You will punish them. That's the same thing the Lord did when he raised up the nation against us. They had punished us. Go ahead.
And hunger.
And hunger, like perfect example. And hunger. If we as a people, we need food, do we have factory, make our own food? We as a people? No. We don't have, we have to go to the enemy. Am I right? The one, okay, go ahead.
And in thirst.
Okay, if we need any water, do we go to our own people for water? We have to still go to the enemy. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
If we need any clothes, do we make any clothes?
Hello.
We have to go to the enemy. Hello. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
Okay, if we want a college degree, who do we go to?
That's right.
The enemy. If we want a driver license, who do we go to? Do your own people make your own driver license? Do we do that? We got to go to the enemy. Anything, if we want marriage certificate, the enemy. Anything we want as a people, we have to go to the enemy God set over us. Am I right or wrong? Because we didn't want God to be the ruler over us, so we stopped breaking his laws. So God said, okay, since you don't want me to rule over you, give you everything you needed in this life, there, for example, your mom who worked hard bringing you here to this college, they expect better of you. Their sister here, her parents deserve better of her. I guarantee you probably in her family, she's probably the only one who made it to college. Well, they might be towards you, they might be the same thing towards you, they might be towards her, or towards her. But they have sweat money they work hard for to put their trust in your guys. Am I right or wrong? So, but that's the same thing God did. He had given us a law to trust us to win these laws throughout these nations, throughout the earth. But when the people looking at us, they're supposed to say, these people, they're blacks and the Spanish, they are special people. I want to be just like them. Yes. But now, what we're doing, we follow them. We follow the Greek custom, which is the Greek custom we follow the Roman custom. Now we're in America now. We still follow America. Like, I'm going to show you, like I just showed to the young man. I said, we went to these colleges. Is that to whatever we learn here to take it back home in our neighborhood to fix it? No. We come here in a self-will. Whatever we learn, we want to move to the big crib where the money is. You see what I'm saying to you? But in the end of the day, guess what? We as a people have to love ourselves. We have to start doing for ourselves.
That's right.
Our sisters, for a perfect example, we'll say black community, we have problem, bad school system, all these bad things happen in the neighborhood. But when you do the research behind weed, you know, like fake weed, our women spend $1 billion a year. If we say, sister, stop, let's bring this money back to the black community. We will have better doctors. We'll have our own grocery. We'll have everything going for us as a people. That you ever heard about Oklahoma, Wall Street? Your guys, you never heard about that? Oklahoma, Wall Street? Black Wall Street.
Yeah, I've heard of Black Wall Street.
Okay, you heard about that, right? We was where? We was in our captivity. We hold it down. We have our own doctor. We have our own hospital. We have our own church. We have our own this. Now, we have more money than ever. Why we don't do it in the black community? Your guys on if you want to answer. You're on, because for showing you, we destroy as a people. We gone. We are self-will for ourselves.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.